Yeah. Coke fed, press some hand, let's get in the car. I said she grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of the After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis live stream. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thunder, of course, won 101-99. Shea Gillis Alexander, SGA, our new All-Star, hit his fourth game-winning shot. It should be five, but it's his fourth game-winning shot. So Thunder come away with the 101-99 victory, improving to 23-24, dropping Nuggets to 33-14, stopping their 16th straight home. They've won 16 straight at home. We did that, and then they had won 9 games in a row, and we did that. And then, of course, we snapped their 33-game streak of scoring 100 or more. So we did that. So now, of course, they did not have Michael Porter Jr. for personal reasons. Why he did not play, who knows? And then, of course, Jokic, the Joker, was not available for tonight. But that being said, the Thunder still won 23-24 over the team with the best record in the West. So we want to take our hats off to the Thunder and to the staff for them doing the things that they needed to do. And Coach D, I'm going to give my props to him because when he does good, I tell you he does good. When he does bad, I'd say he does bad. Whatever. If you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not. I'm going to call you out. I don't work for the Thunder, so my job is to tell you the truth, to give you insight and to help you understand what you are seeing is good or it is bad. Either way, we want to say that. And of course, the Thunder finishing off their 4-game road trip, finishing up 2-2. And then on the other side of that, we have stretch of 3 home games starting Wednesday night. We have Trae Young coming in and his Atlanta Hawks. Of course, Trae from Norman North from OU. Then on Friday night, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell and that group coming in. And then, of course, Monday, we have the Golden State Warriors. So it's going to be an interesting 3-game home stand for the Thunder. Hey, everybody needs to come out and support them as much as you can. I know I'll be at the game giving them all the love. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera right now, but it has just been that type of day. I think I just need to go ahead and get me a new camera. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I need to do. So because this right here is just not going to work for me. I don't know. It started that early. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I need to get with my guys at Collaborative Logic so we can figure out what is going on with my camera and stuff. So, but that's just how it works sometimes. It does that. You just have to. It's my camera. I don't know what is going on with it. It shows up and then it's just something with the video source. I don't know what it is with it, but I can promise you I will get it fixed. I'm not sure what the deal is with it. It does not. I don't know why it's not doing it right. Of course, we're doing the show, so it's not like I can have the vote in and get it all figured out. So I'll just try to do my best, what I can do on my side, and hopefully this will get everything done so you guys can see my lovely face like you guys want to see my face anyways. At least I'm hoping you do. I'm not too bad to look at sometimes. There's that cam link. It must be something wrong with my camera. I'm going to switch out anyway. I need to switch out cameras. That's what I need to do. So hopefully this will work. If not, then you guys are just going to have to listen to my voice, kind of like it was a podcast. That's all I can say because it's just not catching at all. Like I'm sitting here looking at my deal here. It's not catching at all. So I don't know why it is doing that. and I'll have to call my guys tomorrow and have them figure it out. But something is not catching because my light is just now coming on. So, and then it's going off. So there's something in the connection part of it. But anyway, you just won't be able to see my face, but you'll be able to see or hear my voice. Anyway, Thunder started out with SGA, Josh, Lou Dort, J Dub, and Muscala started today. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna put the stats up there because I know all that stuff will work. And then I'm just going to talk my way through it. But anyway, the Thunder came down in the first quarter, finished the first quarter up 27-18. Love what we were doing right there. The Thunder doing a fantastic job as far as holding the Nuggets. I think that's the first time the Nuggets have scored on 18 because they lead the NBA in first quarter scoring at a little over 31 points a game, kind of like what we do in the third quarter. We lead the NBA and point differential there. So, but anyway, Thunder did a great job. Like I said, one of the things is that we got off to a 7-0 start against them, so we started quickly, which, of course, that's part of what I always say in our keys is the Thunder have to get off to a good start. And then all of a sudden we went into a zone, which I don't know why we did that because bam, 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 they got back into the game. All of a sudden it's 16-8, and we're in for a dog fight from that point on. And I just don't understand why we don't do very well every time we go to a zone. I don't understand why we do it, but I'm assuming it's to outsmart the defense, which it tends to outsmart us and get us out of rhythm, and we tending to can't get anything. And of course, my guy Randy Wright of YNB has said my face is perfect for radio. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Always good for you to give me support. Appreciate you, brother. Of course, we were roommates in college, and that's what he does. That's what all my friends do. I don't know why my friends tend to brutalize me. So I'm such a sweet, innocent individual. I'm just not sure why they have to be so hard on me because I'm just so loving and understanding. Anyway, the Thunder were up 18-13 with 3:40 to go. And we had SGA, Isaiah Joe, who's just been knocking down shots, Dort, J-Dub, and J-Will. And then all of a sudden, we're in the game, and then we go to a matchup zone again. And they're knocking down shots on us. I don't know why we do that because it just gets us out of our rhythm. We had already had them tougher. You can see their shooting percentage from three. From man, all of a sudden you get in the zone, and it's the 1-3 that they hit was when we went to zone. I'm just like, dude, just stay in a man, continue to do what we're doing. But you can see 3-point percentage. The Thunder held the Nuggets to 1 for 8, 31% from the field in that first quarter, 12 rebounds, 10 pips, which are points in the paint, 4 turnovers. Oklahoma City 1 for 6 from 3, 52% from the field, 12 rebounds, 20 pips that we had, and 1 turnover. So I liked what we were doing, and of course the Nuggets had 0. Yeah, you saw that, 0 points in the first quarter from their bench. Thunder only scoring 4, and I believe that's because Isaiah Joe got in there and got a basket along with Jay Will. But now part of the problem that I was having with us in this whole thing is, J-Dub just had a terrible game. But he is a rookie, and he's going to have games where he just can't score, just couldn't get anything done in that first quarter. And, fortunately the Thunder, like I said, had a 27-18 lead. And then when you go to the second quarter, or halftime, the Thunder, and we're just going to leave that stuff up there for now. Second quarter, the Thunder start. A lot of deals are starting after the second quarter. In the fourth quarter, when SJ does not start, is who do you start? And you guys have been following my live stream. You know how I feel about either him or Josh being on the floor at all times. I don't think we can go without having one of your two best players on the court at all times. That's just how I feel. But that second and fourth quarter, who you're starting, who you have in the game matters to you getting out to a good start. Second quarter, we start with Kendricks Williams, Josh, Baisley, Wiggins, and Trey Mann. And I don't mind that so much. You got Trey Mann. I mean, Trey is struggling right now. He's going in. He's inside, outside. He can't quite figure out what he's doing. So that being said, I'm thinking that man has to figure out where he belongs because I don't think he knows. I don't think he's gotten it figured out this year where he fits in on the team. What do they want from him, or maybe they have told him they wanted something and that he is just willing to thinking he should be able to give something else. Not sure what the disconnect is there with Trey Mann. But anyway, we need Trey just came out, just could not make shots, and it's just like he and Isaiah Joe. I love, like I said, I've said all along. I love the pickup of Isaiah Joe. Some people were like, "Who's Isaiah Joe?" But we got him from Philly. I was like, "Hey man, that was a great pickup," and you see why it has been a great pickup for the Thunder and what he's been able to contribute as far as knocking down threes and being able to handle the ball and distribute along with Trey. And when we want to go with the straight shooting lineup, you can put Trey and Isaiah Joe and SGA or Josh on the court and still be able to get some stuff. But I just when I'm watching the Thunder, you can see what we were doing, and I like the fact that it was uh, 39-33 with 5:45 to go, and then all of a sudden you bring SGA back in the game, and for some reason at the 5 minute mark, 6 minute mark, he wasted that long. I'm thinking 7 or 8, depending on what's going on with the team. But the Thunder just seems we just keep fouling. I don't know why we foul so much, dude. Stop reaching, move your feet, get in a defensive position because all you do is just reach and reach and reach, and all that does is allows the defense to get shots and to go to the free throw line. And when you're holding the team to 3 for 13 from three, but you're only up five, it's because they're at the free throw line shooting 15 free throws. You got to just quit fouling, move your feet, and get long. Because what we always say, what long shots equal long rebounds equal transitional points equal what? We've said it many times. Equal what? Equal transitional baskets, which equal flow of the game. And that's what the Thunder have to continue to do. And when we do that, it makes such a huge difference in what we can and can't accomplish as a team. So here I'm gonna try this camera thing one more time and see if that's going to pop up. Hopefully it will. Hey, there it goes. And I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but at least that we're on there. But anyway, you can see what I was talking about right there. We got to continue to stop fouling because when we move, we don't move our feet. What it does, it opens us up for easy baskets for the opposition. Here, let me move that over and center me more. But anyway, so that's what it is. So the Thunder, when we're fouling a lot, what that does, it keeps the opposing team in the game, and we should be blowing them out. We shouldn't have been blowing this team out. But once again, putting them on the line, putting them on the line, putting them on the line. So when you look at our halftime score, our halftime stats, we're going to go over that. The Thunder are up 52-47. The Nuggets 3 for 13 from the three-point line. Great, great defense, keeping our hands, keeping them in front of us. 43% from the field, 19 rebounds, 24 pips, which are points in the paint, 7 turnovers. Oklahoma City, on the other hand, 2 for 12. Not our best shooting night, even though we were on fire against the Kings the other night, Friday night. I just couldn't hit the side of a barn with the double barrel. 49% from the field, 26 rebounds, 38 pips. Well, of course, a lot of that is just SGA going to the paint. And SGA and Josh tonight, by the way, at the end of the quarter at halftime, SGA had 18, Josh had 14. Love the scoring that they were doing, the 1-2 punch. We are tough to beat when they're both going at it and in full attack mode, attacking the basket. And Josh not standing out there shooting threes, but attacking, shooting a nice little teardrop floater that he has. He has both of those in his nice little mid-range. And then, of course, he is 6'8", so that does help out quite a bit as far as what we can get from him. So, that being said, I want to take this opportunity to thank my sponsors, Collaborative Logic, who I will be calling in the morning going, bro, what happened? How do we fix this? Appreciate everything they do for us. If it wasn't so late, I would call them and try to get it done now, but I think we're just going to suffer through it. So tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour, we will have all this all squared away, and we will not be having any more issues with this type of thing. SRB and my guy Mark Long, anything that they can do for us. If you need engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the dude to talk to over at SRB. And of course, my guy Mike D, but he helped Mike out when Mike was selling his commercial building downtown to hurry up and get them a survey to get that done. So, Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro, if you have any rocks or dirt that need to be moved, he is the dude to talk to in that. Greg and Max Nafee, as always, guys are very supportive of everything I do, and I appreciate everything that they do for me. Last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. If you want to pre-qualify for any loans, personal or business, hey, contact them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and you can see Joe Horn or our guy Carson Wright. You can see any one of those guys or Nathan Taylor. By all means, go in and see them. And it's just nice if you can pre-qualify. You walk in line, walk in the building, go see the guys, sign the name, boom, get you a check. Or if you have an account there like myself, they can just deposit it straight into your account. Either way, they are a great bank and they can do a lot for you. And hopefully, excuse me, and hopefully you can do business with them. And then we also appreciate them being our remote sponsorship because we do go out to women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area and do live streams for them, supporting them, and we appreciate their sponsorship of us going out and doing that because without YNB, we wouldn't be able to do that, so we appreciate that. So, starting the third quarter, the Thunder up 52-47. We're starting SGA, Josh, Dort, Muscala, and J-Dub, basically the same five that started the game. And as you know, that's part of my guy Randy right now. We talk about that, how it drives us nuts. Dude, whoever you start the game with, start the third quarter. Now, if you're needing something else, a shot, whatever, that's fine. But, the thing is this, start the game with the start people. You got him. If you want to move Muscala in there sometimes because he's been hot, that's fine. But a lot of it is he's hot because he's gotten into the flow of the game. Now, he and SGA play very well together off of each other because SGA can then attack the basket towards Muscala, whereas Muscala, instead of him coming on and setting the screen for pick and pop, SGA just goes towards him. His man comes off, he kicks it to Muscala, and if he's wide open, the chances of him making three are far greater than if he's got to put the ball on the floor or somebody is in his face. So that being said, they start the third quarter off on a 7-0 run, and it's just frustrating sometimes because we start out there and it's just like all of a sudden everybody's shooting but SGA. Why is everybody shooting but him? Why is everybody? It just drives me nuts. Sometimes you got that group and, Dort is trying to score. J-Dub's trying to get his shots off. He's having a bad game. He's trying to get into the flow. And what I've said all along this whole time I've been doing these live streams is simple. Let SGA get going. Once he gets going, then it frees up everybody else, including Dort, to shoot the three. It opens up lanes for Josh Giddey to do what he does. It opens up things for Kendrick Williams to shoot the three or attack the basket. It opens it up for Muscala to be able to knock down the three. That's what it does once he starts going because he gets all the attention. But when everybody else decides, I haven't scored, I haven't this, and they start trying to do stuff, that's when we get out of sorts because everybody starts to do the things that they cannot do, and that's not play within yourself. Play within yourself. Keep track or keep focused on the things that you can do, what you do good. That's what matters for the Thunder. So anyway, with 6 minutes to go, the Thunder are down 57-59. You've got SGA, you've got Dort, you've got J-Dub, you've got Isaiah Joe in the game, and then what happens? Boom. SGA just takes over. All of a sudden, J-Dub can't make a shot, but SGA takes over. And when he starts going, hey, there's nothing anybody can do. I mean, he's just a beast. And like I said, when he's going, so go the Thunder. When he's not scoring, Thunder in trouble because everybody else has to do all these other things, which is normally what hurts us in the second and in the start of the second and fourth quarters because he doesn't come in to usually about 6 minutes to go in the third quarter or second quarter or the fourth quarter, which drives me nuts, even though tonight he did put him in a little early because he's understanding, dude. When they start getting on a run, we're trying to win games. If you're just trying to manage minutes, which a lot of my friends call him, they call him Eminem, the minutes manager. That's what they call Coach D, the minutes manager. Or as my guy Mark Long says, he's 2 minutes too long. That's who he is. Dude, he's got to change that. When they fill the floor of the game, you immediately put your best player in the game. As soon as you feel that tide turning, you put your best player in the game to curtail that tide. That's what you do, okay? Which is what he did in the second quarter today. And then also in the fourth quarter, he did the same thing. So anyway, when you look at it and you finish it out, you've got Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, Josh, K. Will, and Baisley is who you're starting the fourth quarter with. And I'm just sitting there looking at it like, what are we doing? Okay, what are we doing? Here's the third quarter stats. You got starting the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. The third quarter stats: Oklahoma City up 81-74. And remember, we are the number one team as far as third quarter point differential in the league. 3-point percentage, the Nuggets are now 6 of 20, 43%, so they're starting to make a few shots. 30 rebounds, 34 pips, 8 turnovers. OKC, on the other hand, are 4 for 19 from 3, 47%, which is just terrible. Free 3-point percentage, 47% is not bad from the field, which means that we're scoring a lot of easy baskets, which means SGA is doing what he does. 50 pips, so we're outscoring them by 16 points in the paint, which makes all the difference in the world, and which is what kept us afloat. Only 6 turnovers, but they only had 8, and that's something the Thunder are very good at, is turning the opposing team over. We did not get that really done today. But in the third quarter, all of a sudden the Nuggets are coming back 17 points. Remember, they had 0 points in the first quarter as far as bench scoring. So second and third quarter, they ended up scoring 17 total bench points, 18 for the Thunder. So what you see right there is the Thunder in the third quarter did what they needed to do. Remember, it was 52-47. Okay, 52-47. So you think about what the Thunder had to do right there. We scored we had 29 points in that quarter compared to their 37, which is what you have to do. They're 27, sorry, which is what you got to do to maintain. You got to win that third quarter. Coming out of halftime is something that you got to do. So starting the fourth quarter, you can look. The Thunder started the fourth quarter with Josh, Trey Mann, K. Will, Wiggins, and Baisley. Basically the same starting lineup as the second quarter, and it's just frustrating with that group in there. Uh, they got on a run, and then what did we have to do? 86-81, you had to bring in Isaiah Joe. You got Wiggins, you got Josh, you got K. Will, and you've got Baisley. So Joe, like I said, with Trey Mann, I just don't know what's going on. My guy Mark Long loves him. He's one of his favorite players. I like Trey a lot, but after this summer, watching him in summer league, he was just a completely different player in his mentality and what he wanted. That carried over to the season, and what he was trying to do. The Thunder clearly did not want of him this year, which I believe is why they went out and got Isaiah Joe to Kurt, because they knew what they were going to get with Trey Mann, and they did not like what they were seeing clearly because he's not getting a whole lot of playing time. So that being said, it's 91-87 with how much? 7 minutes to go, and all of a sudden here comes SGA, and I'm looking like, wait, what? It's 7 minutes, and you're putting SGA in the game? Are you okay? You're putting him in a minute, almost 2 minutes early. I mean, are you all right, Coach D? You feeling okay? Which is what you have to do. So anyway, you have SGA, Josh, Baisley, Isaiah Joe, and Wiggins in that game when it was 91-87. And, the Thunder, for whatever reason, just foul. And with 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go, they're already into the bonus. And why? Not moving your feet, reaching. Not, they're rebounding overs, getting the second and third shots, rebounding overs. You can't do that. You got to box out. But a lot of times if you play zone, then you don't have a certain man to box out, and you have an area, and then people can crash the boards and get in there, which killed us. But I was looking at it. They had 28 free throws at that point. 28 free throws. Excuse me. 28 free throws in 5 minutes, 11 seconds ago. That's fouling way too much. And that's what happened. The same thing in the game against the Kings. We cannot foul. You have to move your feet, keep them in front of them, not use your hands, keep them off the foul line. Because once we do that, then that allows you to turn the ball over. That allows you to get out in transition, allows you to get into the flow of the game, which makes all the difference, especially when you're holding them to a horrible 3-point shooting. It allows us to do a lot more with what we're doing. So 94-89, you got SGA, Joe, Dort, K. Will, and J Dub up by 5. Now, at this particular point, you got to think of what the Thunder did. We're down 5. Excuse me, we're up 5. Denver is 13-3 in those games. Oklahoma City is 6-10 in close games, decided by that few points. Why? Because at the end of the games, making mistakes, turning the ball over, like against the Heat, you're up 111, 105 with 53 seconds to go and lose. They're going a 6-0 run on you. And why? Because we have the ball in timeout. You agree a horrible call on out of bounds, which today he did fix that. Great call for SGA on the out of bounds play for the game winner. So, like I said, I'm gonna give him Coach Lee his props when he does good, and he great out of bounds play. Which I was wondering the games we lost. I'm like, what are you doing? The one thing I did like about him, he was creative on the out of bounds calls in the games at the game to get the ball in for us to score. I always liked him for that, but in the games we lose, it's like, have you lost your mind? Why aren't you being creative? Why aren't we getting SGA the ball? And we did a good job of that. But what they did go on is a 12-5 run from that 5-minute 11 mark to the 50 seconds to go, and we're up 90, 99, 97 with 50 seconds left. And the ball. And then we come in out of the timeout, boom, horrible. Then all of a sudden, we were 1 for 7 in that stretch. 1 for 7. And what happens? 30 seconds to go. Scores all tied 99-99. And at that point, you've got SGA, Josh, Isaiah Joe, K. Will, and J Dub in the game. And like I said, great out of bounds play by the coach. Of course, SGA making his 4th game-winning shot. It should be 5 because remember, he hit the big 3 against the Bucks the first time we played them in Oklahoma City, or that time we played in Oklahoma City, which we should have won that game. Still mad about that and his decision to not have Pokashevsky or whoever. How do you have Dort on Lopez? 6'5" guy against a 7-foot guy. Anyway, not going to get into that. It's irrelevant. Anyway, so we do score, and we're up 101 to 99 with 9 seconds to go. You got defense set up. You've got SGA, J-Dub, Wiggins, Dort, and K-Will. That's what you got at the end of the game. Okay? Great job by Dort because, like I said, we need him to be the defensive stopper. Great job on Murray at the end of the game. Did not give him a good look at all. Kept the pressure down, stayed down on his feet, did not commit any dumb fouls. Did a fantastic job of keeping him in front and forcing Murray to take a tough shot, which allowed the Thunder to come away with the victory. So, the end of the fourth quarter, end of the game, the Nuggets, like I said, Thunder, of course, win 101-99, improving to 23-24. And remember, the over and under was 23.5. I said 31-33, 40, a maximum of 40 games if we're playing the way I think that we can play. And like I said, everybody thought I was crazy. The Nuggets, of course, was leading the West. They're now fallen to 33-14, snapping their 16th game home winning streak and their 9 straight games that they had won. And then, like I said in the beginning, it was their 33rd. They're stopping their 33 game 100-point streak. So triple-digit scoring. Great job. So congratulations to the Thunder for those 3 things. Stopping their 16-game home winning streak, their 9 straight games they had won. Remember, they had not lost at home since December the 6th. So those fans in Denver, They were not happy. I can promise you, they were not happy after the night. They went home some very unhappy fans on a Sunday night. Nuggets ended up being 10 for 28 from three, 43% from the field, 42 rebounds, 44 pips, and only 9 turnovers. And remember, the Sun Thunder averaging 17, turning the opponents over 17 points, 17 times a game, only 9. Oklahoma City 7 for 26 from three, just horrible. Once again, we continue to shoot threes, even though we cannot shoot them. 44% from the field, 50 rebounds, 58 pips points in the paint. We ended up outscoring the Nuggets 30 to 22 from the bench. You know how I am. I like to compare first and second half stats. You can see where the Thunder, that the Nuggets were 3 for 13 for the first half. They ended up being 7 for 15 the second half. 7 for 15, that's just not good. You got to be able to get it, but they, were knocking down shots. We were giving them easy looks. We had that stupid zone. Once they got into the flow, it made the game closer than what it should, simply because they were knocking down threes. You can see that we held them to 43% field goal from first half to second half. We out-rebounded them. We had them by 7. At halftime, ended up rebounding them by 8. Excuse me, points in the paint. We had a 14-points in the paint lead at half. Ended up with the 14-point lead at the end of the game. 3 turnovers. We had about 3 turnovers. Ended up by 1. So they ended up turning us over. They only had 2 turnovers the second half compared to our 4. That's just unacceptable. You can't really do that, especially good teams. But once again, every time I say that we're under that 16, 17, 18-point turnover margin, the Thunder have a huge chance of winning. The bench scoring, we outscored them 17 to 12. Bench scoring the second half, great job by the Thunder bench staff, bench players doing what they're doing. And then, of course, the overall box score, J-Dub had 4 points on 1 for 6, 0 for 2. Horrible night, but once again, he is a rookie, so we can only expect what we can expect out of that young man. But I want to say that I am proud of what he did. Muscala, 8 points, 3 for 7, no threes, which is unusual for him. That's the reason why I think we have him in the game, is to knock down those shots. 4 rebounds, no assist. SGA, 34, 13 for 21. And remember that every time I've said it, that magic number of him, double digits. And when he's in that range where he's 13 for 24, 11 for 21, 13 for 21, stuff like that, or 12 for 19, 12 for 20, 12, 21. He is the Oklahoma City's record is just, we're at about, I think, 80% win clip when he is those numbers. 1 for 2 from 3. Remember, he understands what his game is, but I think that's the one game thing that he's going to need to improve on for next year when teams start clogging up the middle. But, of course, we'll have Chet back, so we'll see how that works. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks for SGA, which I believe he's still leading all NBA guards in block shots. Josh Giddey, 18 points, 9 for 15 from the field, 0 for 1, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double again for Josh. Lou Dort, 7, 3 for 12, 3 for 5, which is kind of hard to do, to have 7 points if you're 3 for 5. That's 9 points. That should be 2 for 5, my bad. Messed that up. 9 rebounds and 1 assist for Dort. Baisley, 0 points, just zeros. No shots, no nothing, but he did get 5 rebounds and 1 block. Jay Will, of course, from Arkansas, zeros across the board with 6 rebounds. So he and basically combined for 11 rebounds. I guess at center we can live with that. Oh, with Muscala, what is that, 11, 15 rebounds between our 3 bigs. So I guess we can kind of live, 15. So we can live with that. Kendricks Williams, 11 points, 4 for 7, 3 for 5. Another good outing for him. Which I didn't understand why they weren't starting Jokic, why we didn't start him instead of Muscala, since he's been playing really well starting. But once again, he's our coach in their lineups. He loves to change lineups. I don't understand that. We just need a coach that says, okay, here's my starting 5. Here's your spot. This is what you do, and this is what we're going to do. But unfortunately, we don't have that in our coach at this point. 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Kendrick. Trey Mann, 7 points, 3 for 6 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Once again, when he just gets in the flow and he's just knocking out threes instead of trying to dribble off and do step backs and all of that, just knock down the shots, kind of like what Isaiah Joe does. Just get into a rhythm, bro. Just take the open shots when they give in and knock them down. Or if you do go to the basket, pull up and take somebody, because that nice little step back you got, attacking the basket, pulling up mid range, it's just nasty. Don't know why you don't do that more like you did last year. Anyway, 7 points, 4 rebounds, no assists. Isaiah Joe, 8 points, 3 for 9 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3 with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. And then rounding it off, of course, is Aaron Wiggins with 4 points, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3 with 4 rebounds and 1 assist. So that's where the Thunder ended up being for his box scoring. And like I said, the Thunder improving to 23 and 24. Remember, the over-under was 26 and a half. Okay, wins and losses. Chet gets hurt. It was 23 and a half. We're at 23 wins right now in 47 games. Not bad. And I think we're going to knock on the door. Like I said, 31 to 33 was my pick. I think we still surpassed that. We're going to see if I can get my outrageous pick of 40 wins, which is what I thought, if we played really, really well, what we could accomplish. So we'll see if that is going to come to fruition or not. So I like what I'm seeing from the Thunder. Like I said, ever since that Heat game, the Thunder just said, boom, we've won 8 out of our last 10 and or 8 out of our last 11. And they've just been on a tear. They're just like, screw it. And we've won, 4 out of the last 5 out of the last 6 since that loss to Miami. So I like what the Thunder is doing. I like what SGA has just said. Screw the coaches, screw all that nonsense. Let's just go win. And the team seems to be following him. No matter who lineups are you starting after and all the nonsense you're doing and playing all these guys that can't play and shouldn't be playing. But remember, Poku is hurt, who's been playing really, really well, even though I'm not that great of a fan of his. He has played really well this year. Robinson Earl coming back. We've got to get him back and get him knocking down some shots and doing what he does. So remember, we're not 100% healthy, but when we get those two guys back, I think that's going to really help our lineup, along with SGA, Josh, Dort, Kendricks Williams, J-Dub, and then you mix in Isaiah Joe, Trey Mann, and those other 2 guys. So we'll have a nice little rotation there in Muscala. You're going to have a nice little rotation of 10 guys there. I think the Thunder's chances of getting 40 wins with that group is just going to be really good, especially if we have 0 injuries and SGA continues to do what he does. Now remember, everybody go out and vote, NBA.com. Go out and vote for SGA for the All-Star game, which, of course, it's about popularity, so he probably won't be a starter simply because of that. But go out and vote for him anyway, because he's definitely one of the top guards in the NBA this year, and he's right behind Luka. I'm not saying he's Luka, because Luka is Luka, okay? Don't get me twisted. But anyway, I want to say that we're lucky to have another All-Star that we've cultivated through the Thunder. So you got to thank Sam Presti for trading for him, and Chris Paul for it, or Paul George. Because Paul George, that trade, we got SGA and all those draft picks. So you got to thank Sam Presti for that, even though we did waste some of those, to me, on Jang. But we shall see. It's just his first year. But to me, 3 first-round picks for a possible future, I'm sorry. If I'm going to go up that, I'm going to go get me somebody that can do it. But, we'll see if Sam and what he was looking for and what was fitting what the Thunder were looking for is going to work. So we shall see. But that being said, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And sorry about what happened with the camera. But like I said, tomorrow I'm going to get with my guys and at Collaborative Logic and let them figure out what exactly is happening. And, of course, they'll get on and they'll do the remote, and it'll be fine. So they'll fix it by tomorrow on our show, The Unpopular Hour. Remember, we will be doing The Unpopular Hour tomorrow. So everybody jump up, be ready to check that out. And then next Monday, not tomorrow, but the following Monday, we are going to be at my alma mater, Southeast High School. Because remember, we're going to start picking out different high schools to go to on Mondays so that we can just promote high school athletics and the high school sports. So that being said, everybody have a fantastic day, and thank you for watching and supporting After the Storm, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be watching for you tomorrow on the